Hello everyone! I've counted the votes, and the card, or in this case the game mechanic that you wanted me to talk about most, is fatigue. Quite an interesting subject, so let's begin, shall we? Within Hearthstone, fatigue kicks in once a player has drawn all the cards from their deck. Each card drawn afterwards will deal damage, starting with 1 damage and then increasing by 1 each turn. The highest amount of fatigue damage caused by each draw has been recorded to go as high as 14,745. There are certain cards that allow you to replenish your deck, so that the next time that you need to draw a card, you actually have a card to draw, and you won't take extra fatigue damage. The amount of fatigue will not reset though, so for example, say that you're on 5 fatigue and you play the card Gang Up, you'll now have 3 cards to draw from your deck, and you won't take fatigue until those cards are drawn. Once your deck is empty again, the fatigue will return without resetting itself, hitting you with 6 damage. The reason behind this mechanic is to limit the time that a game can go on, and even if both heroes make themselves immune and just keep on drawing the cards, the game will eventually end in a draw once they reach the 90th turn. Some decks are designed to use the mechanic to their advantage, to quickly empty the opponent's deck and force them to just keep on drawing cards, force them to take the fatigue damage, and eventually lose. These decks, or this strategy, is called milling. Now when it comes to the lore, fatigue isn't a prominent thing, but it is a thing that happens. There have been moments where a character felt physical or mental weariness, resulting from effort or activities. An example would be Broxigar, as he stood up against Sargeras and the Legion, or Jaina Proudmoore, as she traveled with Arthas, as they were trying to figure out what was going on with the plague and the undead. You can imagine that when heroes are trying to overcome their challenges, trying to defeat their foes, that feeling fatigued, feeling like they have nothing left to give and yet give it all, that is definitely a thing used in the stories. Now the game itself also implements fatigue as a mechanic like Hearthstone does, but in World of Warcraft it's not done by drawing all your cards in your deck. Instead, fatigue kicks in when you go through areas that you're not supposed to travel through, usually the oceans separating the continents. This mechanic is used to make sure that players don't reach areas that are unfinished, or just create a natural boundary around the zone. Once you enter the fatigued area, a yellow bar will pop up and it will deplete in 1 minute, giving you the opportunity to get out while you still can. If you press on and the bar does empty itself, you'll start taking damage equal to 20% of your maximum health every 2 seconds, which can be nullified with like a paladin bubble or healed out with a lay of hands, but it's a competition which you can't really win. While in the fatigued area, mana regeneration will stop, which means that even if you could out-heal the damage, eventually you'll run out of mana and you'll die. Not even the ghost form is safe from the deadly fatigue, but an interesting note is that if you die in ghost form, you actually change the location of your graveyard with the one closest to your second death. The reason why most take on this battle with the fatigue bar is to explore areas that they're not supposed to see, but those that just want to cross the continent without using the ships or zeppelins, they'll be disappointed. If you'll be able to manage to survive the fatigue somehow, you'll just end up at the end of the world with no way of crossing. I guess we'll just have to stick with traveling the old-fashioned way. Anyways, this is all I have for you today when it comes to the fatigue mechanic in both Hearthstone and World of Warcraft. Now I know that this wasn't exactly a card to talk about, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless. And you guys and girls made sure that this was one of the most voted for, so there you go, I hope you enjoyed. As always, I'll leave it up to you guys and girls to decide what card we're going to talk about next, so leave your suggestions in the comments down below, and who knows, your card might be used in the next video. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!